guys, I'm just back from Poundland. My name's Fawn, this is my channel and I try to make it a happy place. I do unboxings, I do shopping hauls, I do try-ons. If you like that kind of thing, then please do give me a thumbs up, click subscribe and leave a comment. So, I went to Poundland. I haven't been, I think, for about 2 weeks. I think it's 2 weeks. But I was behind on various bits and pieces. I've been really behind this week. So I went in there today and I was really thrilled because they had some new, different things. Please, Bert, get down. Sorry, guys. And so I had a little fun. And here we go. First up, how's that? £5. It's in a terracotta pot. Fake plant, obviously. But I really liked the colours on it and the shape of it. As you know, I'm doing a lot of house renovation at the moment and I just know it's going to work in one of the rooms. I saw it, couldn't resist, had to have it. Now this one I had seen on Being Penny B's channel. She got lemons, I got oranges. Again, it was £5. As I say, she got lemons for her kitchen, but I just think this would look really good on the windowsill or on the side in the room that I've just decorated, because you know it's got quite a lot of orange and pinky colours in there, and it may not work, it may not look right there, so then I'll find somewhere else for it. I mean, I do have a conservatory that it could go in for sure, but I liked it a lot. And I noticed not only do they have oranges and lemons, they even have little apple ones now as well. So if it does work, if I feel that it's, you know, got the right vibe for me, I'll probably be back to buy some more. Something really boring. Sink and drain and blocker. Only cost £1. I'm having a lot of trouble at the moment with my sinks. Slow moving. I've tried all sorts of things and followed lots of advice and nothing at the moment is really helping. I mean, I suppose it is helping because they're not completely blocking, but they're slow to drain. I've even taken the doohickeys off and cleaned down inside and still I don't know what it is. So I thought, well, let's give theirs a go for £1. As you know, I always try to buy wool for Mum if they've got new wools in, and they have. Look at that. Isn't that so, so pretty? If I bring it right in, hopefully it'll focus and you'll be able to see that there's tiny strands of sparkle in there. Mum really likes knitting for Lara. She likes knitting for the boys too, but unfortunately they didn't have boy colours. Quite often I find in Poundland the colours tend to be more neutral or pastel. So it's mostly Lara that she does for at the moment, but I saw that and I just know that my Lara girl with her blue eyes, oh, she'll look beautiful whatever Mum knits. I picked it for me because I just couldn't resist it when I saw it. It was only £1. Look at this mug. It's a little sheep. Now they have yellow ones that are chicks as well, but it was this one I loved. I mean, I'm Welsh, it's got to be sheep, hasn't it? But look at that adorable little face on it. I don't do novelty mugs. This is really unusual for me. I do mugs, you know, you've seen mugs on my channel before, but not novelty ones. But this one, do you know, I didn't even have to think about it. It was just coming home with me. Again, a sensible purchase, black bags. I seem to be going through them at a heck of a rate at the moment. But then when you're decorating and you're digging things out, it is surprising how much you have to throw away. How many bits of just nonsense seem to be floating around the house. And every time my daughter starts work on her place, I get a text. Mum, have you got any black bags? So they probably won't be in this house for very long. Now, do you remember I bought a really pretty pink straw hat for Lara to do an Easter bonnet? Well, we're going to do them tomorrow, or do it tomorrow, when my daughter said, well, the boys are young enough that they'd like one too. And I thought, you know, she's right, they are still little boys, so they do love things like that. But I didn't want to get them a pink straw one, and then I saw these. Would you look at that? It's already got ears on, so they can decorate all round the brim but still have the ears. I don't know. Oh yes, look at that. It even fits me. So it's going to be huge on the boys. But again, only £1. And it's an activity more than anything else. So, you know, we'll stick little chicks on and eggs and things like that. And away we go. because we're now doing 3 bonnets rather than 2, I bought a few more bits to go on. I bought some little rabbits, again £1, and there are 12 in there. And I bought some crafting flowers. There were 12 of those. As you know, my youngest grandson, so the middle child, he loves flowers, he loves pink, so yeah, he's gonna love that. Of course I got some Ferrero Rocher. When am I going to start this pigging diet? It's got to be coming, girls. It's got to be. I'm waiting for that. You know, that moment that just goes, no, enough, stop it. Don't put anything more in your mouth. It's not here at the minute. And I keep sort of trying to get going and it's just not happening. So I'm switching off from diets for a little while until it just strikes, you know. It's that moment when you look in the mirror at a bad angle, or someone takes a picture of you. It's something, and you just go, oh my goodness, and that's it. Your spine is stiffened, you're determined. I don't have it at the minute, but I'm waiting for it. So in the meantime, in the same vein, of course, I had to get my brunch bars. Oh, upside down. They're the only ones that do the peanut ones. I don't know where they get them from. I don't know why they're not available in other shops, but I can only find them in Poundland. But I flipping love these things for £1. I live in a very hard water area. My ground is clay, solid clay. I mean, you could make pottery out of my soil, but it means I have a lot of trouble in the bathroom. That sounds terrible. I do though. As a, you know, house cleaner, as the mum, as the woman of the house. Anyway, I'm always trying new things to make my life a little bit easier. And I saw this today and I'd not seen it before. Maybe it's been around for ages, but I hadn't seen it before. It's Sif Perfect Finish Lime Scale, 100% lime scale removal. It's a spray. I'm used to the Sif being that sort of cream, you know the one? Didn't it used to be called Jif? I'm sure it wasn't called Sif, you know, when I was a girl. Anyway, it was £2. I'm willing at this point to try just about anything as a sort of, you know, if it could just work as a daily scoosh scoosh on the taps to stop the bit that the water comes out of the tap. It just keeps lime scaling up and I have such a bother sorting it. So it was worth £2 to try, and I'll let you know. For the boys, I didn't get any clothing, you know. Normally at this point I'm going, for the boys, I bought these joggers and that t-shirt, but I didn't buy any clothes this time. It was all other bits. But I did buy them some wiped clean books. I got First Words and 1 to 10, learning to write 1 to 10. In particular, Milo, he can now write his own name. He does, I think it's every Friday, he does this letter club at nursery. So he's learning to write. It's very important at the moment. He's learning to write, to control that pen and to get the shapes. So I thought these would be great because even though Levi really, he's too young, we don't expect much of him, he can at least have a bash. You wipe them up, start again. It's an ideal buy. If I just open it up, you can see, for example, this one is bus. And they literally just copy over the top, over and over again, trace it again, and then you wipe it out and do it again. I think that's a brilliant idea. So anyway, I got those. I love them. And the kids think they're fun. At the moment, they don't realise this is called homework. They just think it's fun. I was really pleased to get another one of these. Remember, I bought one of these, oh, I don't know, 2 or 3 visits ago, and I was kicking myself ever afterwards that I hadn't bought more. They're only £3, guys. They're lovely. They really are lovely. So I'm really happy with this. This is actually going in the bedroom that I've just finished because I wanted a bit of coloured foliage, coloured plants, as well as fake. As I said, I'm not sure that first plant would work in that room. I think it's too much of a limey green. I think that's going to go in the room that I keep calling the nursery, but it won't be the nursery anymore. But this one, look at that. It's totally going in that room. And I would have bought more than one this time, but they only had one left. I picked up a book for me. Now, I don't buy books very often anymore. I listen to a lot of books. So I do Audible. I'm always wired up to something listening. And read books, aside from bookishly, I tend to read books on my Kindle or, you know, whenever they appear kind of thing. Sometimes my hubby buys a book, you know. So it's quite rare that I look to buy a book, and it's weird because there was a time in my life when I would buy books every week. But I saw this one and I really fancied it. It's called Former People, The Last Days of the Russian Aristocracy by Douglas Smith. It was only £1. It has got good reviews. I love this kind of thing. It's historical, it's real people. I mean, I do love fiction as well, but it's kind of juicy when you can get into real people. I mean, this has got photographs inside of the people that it talks about, and I'm quite fascinated by the end of the Russian Revolution, so a book for me. Now you're going to laugh at me. I bought more elephants. These were £1. These are in the garden section. They're really heavy. You could put them outside. I'm not going to. I'm going to paint them again. But look at these. So this one, he's covering his eyes. And this one is covering his ears. They didn't have the covering the mouth one, but I don't mind. I think they're so cute and so funny and so adorable. They will totally have a place somewhere in this house on a windowsill or something, maybe painted because they are just grey. And I will keep an eye out for the one where they, you know, speak no evil. But that one in particular, where he's covered his eyes, it just cracked me up completely. And as I say, £1 each, and they're really heavy. You could put these in your garden. I mean, they are intended to, but I just love them. Look at their cute little faces. I do have a bit of a thing about elephants. In fact, when I did the video showing you all the things that I'd got for the room, and I was showing you things I'd got from TK Maxx and so on, it was one thing I left off, because when I saw it, I fell in love with it, and it went straight on a side table in the conservatory, and it just left my head that it was ever intended for that room. And I'll show it to you in a minute. I know I'm in the middle of a Poundland, but this is a TK Maxx and it's just reminded me. Another elephant. You see, I love elephants. There's something about them. This one's a red flock one. I got it from TK Maxx and it was £9.99, but I just loved him so much that I couldn't put it in that spare room. He belongs in here. I'm just hoping he won't fade too much. But if he does, I suppose I'll just have to freshen him up with paint or something. But would you look at that? I know, TK Maxx in the middle of a Poundland haul, but elephants led to elephants. I finally gave in and bought something that I think of as really, really kitsch. But again, I think it's really going to work in that room I've just done. You know, it's final little bits. And it's this. It's a snow globe, but it's a glitter globe, obviously. It just says love inside. It's really pretty. It's gold. It was £2. I think it's really sweet, and I've looked at it every time I've gone in. This has been on the shelf now, oh gosh, you know, it's months. It's months it's been available, and I look at it every time I go in, and then I go, no, it's just two. It's too, please Bert, get down. It's too soppy. Today I gave in. Today I thought, you know what? I like it. If I look at it every time I go in, I must like it quite a lot. And at £2, I think it's a cute little ornament. Last two things. You see, I didn't go too mad this time. First up is this. It's by Dahlia and Rowney. It is an acrylic paint marker pen. Now, T-Mouse, I think it was you, Mousy, that said, oh, you could use paint markers, because I'm having a go at painting things at the moment, as you know, but I'm not artistic. And when you start having to do the tiny little details, I really, really struggle. And I didn't know that that this sort of thing existed, but I'm just opening it up. Can you see? So it's like a felt tip. It's got that, I don't know what they make that out of, like a spongy end, but inside is paint. And this happens to be gold acrylic paint. So doing tiny touches and highlighting things, it was £1. Got them in lots of colours, but I just picked up one just to see, does it work as well as I'd like it to? Is it really a good idea? But if it is, I'm thrilled. And I'm thrilled to be able to try it for £1, because I saw some similar to this in the range, I think it was, and they were £4.99 each. Now they might have had cheaper ones, I just happened to notice the £4.99 ones because I was looking specifically for gold. So this is £1. So if it's a disaster and it doesn't work, I don't mind. I mind a bit more when it's a £5. You know what I mean, girls? And the last thing is again for that room. Again, I'm going to paint it, I think. You know the two little house-shaped shelves that I bought and painted in pink and yellow? You haven't actually seen the room yet, have you? I'll let you in on a secret as to why in a minute. But I've got something that goes in the larger one and I wanted something to go in the smaller one, and I've tried a couple of things and they've either been so small they just kind of disappear, or just weren't doing it. So, a laughing Buddha. Again, it was in the garden things. It was £1. They're supposed to be good luck and bring you money and prosperity and things, but I just thought he was super cute. And I can just see him, again painted, he's not staying this colour. He will probably go hot pink. Or gold maybe, I don't know. But he's lovely. He is a garden ornament, so again, he could go outside, but I just know, painted up. Look at that funny little face, he's a funny little fella. I was thrilled. So that was £1. So that was my shopping. And I spent £40, I believe. Is that right? No, £42, I beg your pardon. £42. And I'm thrilled with everything. I've got home, I'm not looking at anything thinking, I am looking at things thinking, like the pink flower, I'm wishing, the pretend orchid, wishing they had more. But yeah, I'm happy with what I got. Now, the reason you haven't seen the room is I have hit a snag. One of the things that I need to put on the wall is going onto a wall that we have discovered is a very bad wall. I have now tried 3 different types of fixings to try and make the screws stay in. I tried the ones that came with the item. I tried bigger cavity wall ones. I tried ones that actually come as a set, as a fixing set. I really thought I had it with that one. And so far, no joy. Today I got my son-in-law in because it's making me pull my hair out. I can't make the bed up. Everything else is done. I can't make the bed up until I've done this because dust will come down. And I've managed to sort of botch one of them just so I can get a look and see whether I'm right, whether it was right for me to do this. And I'm really excited. But I had to get him in today because I couldn't understand why this won't work. So he came in today and he said, oh, the last things you bought were absolutely the right things, but what you didn't know is you need a special tool to use it. And when you use it, it'll be amazing. He's picking me one up tomorrow. He's going to be in Kew tomorrow, and we're not, you know, we don't go shopping unless we have to. He already has to go. So he's going to pick me one up tomorrow and we should be able to fix them, and then I'll be able to make the bed up. And then I'll be able to finally film the room because everything is done bar these 2 things. But because of where they're located and the mess involved with drilling and so on, I can't make the bed. So I'm hanging fire. So you'll see this, and I'm hoping and praying that the next video you see after this will be the room. The reveal. What I thought was cute was my daughter hadn't told him what I was doing and why I needed help. She just said Mum's got a problem with the screws that she's using, the fixings she's using. So he came wandering in and I said, oh, hello Tom, and walked him up the stairs into the room, and he went, good God, because he didn't know I was doing it, hadn't seen it, and he loves it. He was so impressed. So I'm thrilled. I can't wait to show you. But yeah, it's holding me back at the minute. But yeah, he'll get that tomorrow, and he's sure that that's all that's needed. And then they'll go on and they'll be, because they need to be rock solid. They're the ones that the bulbs hang from. So they've got to, I mean, they can't have that coming down on somebody. So they've got to be rock solid. So I'm having to hang on. Other things I was able to botch. I used matchsticks in holes and all sorts. It wasn't too bad. But these I have to get right. So that's why you haven't seen the room. You're still hearing about it. Once you see the room, you're not going to hear about it because I'll be moving on to the next one. Although, I have to do my mother's first. God help us and save us. But It's really busy here at the minute, ladies. It's so busy, I don't know what to do with myself. But look, I still have my nails on, although I have managed to spray the inside of one of them gold. Or I was spraying an ornament. No, not an ornament, a frame. Anyway, I'm chuntering, I'm getting into the chunter. I feel like I haven't really been able to chat to you this week. I've been so busy. I've sort of been knocking the boxes out and then just, you know, not really, I don't feel like I've had a good chat. So, yeah, there was a bit of a chat on the end of this. So anyway, that was my Poundland, that was my chat, that was my room update, that was my everything. I hope you're happy and well. I hope I'm not boring you rigid with what's going on at the moment. I sort of feel like I'm letting you down a bit at the moment because I'm not as engaged as I normally am because there's so much happening here. But my Nick is well. He's doing really well. And yeah, everything's beginning to come back together now. So look out for me tomorrow and the day after and the day. You know what I'm like. I'm here most of the time. Occasionally now I will miss a night. But it is really only when... yeah, when I've had a really bad day that I tend to miss a day. And of course soon the shops will be opening and I'll be able to do loads more different things. Charity shop, oh my God, charity shops, ladies. Oh. Matalan opening, Primark opening. I can't wait. I'm having to restrain myself from, you know, setting up a little tent outside one of them, you know, like people waiting to go to the theatre. Anyway, that's me. I'm off. I hope you're well. I hope you're happy. I hope everything's going great for you. Spring is on its way. We're going to come out of lockdown. Yeah, things are only going to get better. Bye, guys.